Hello everyone and welcome back to me building Decked Out. Last time we went ahead and finished up Hazard, Treasure, and putting the artifacts in the dungeon and also adding these guys down here. Today I want to work on Clank most of all. I want to try to get Ambiance going up into here. I want to work onto the way to get to level 2. There's a lot to get done still, and I am super motivated to keep on going. I actually just started working on designing level 2, because surprisingly I have gotten to the point where I need to actually start thinking about that. I did not think it would be this fast that I would get this going, but it's going quick and I'm so happy about it. First things first is we have to make the Clank Bus System, which is over here. So this is what generates the heartbeat and when it reaches Max Clank. Right now the dungeon does not seem scary at all, but Max Clank for me personally is going to be extremely deadly, and I'm going to make sure it kills. But first we need to make the bus system. I'm looking at it on my other screen, and yeah, it's complicated. I'm going to build it a little bit higher than I had it before, so I don't have to dig down as much. From this side, there's going to be a comparator right there. So as I explained a little bit, Clank generation is very different from both Hazard and Treasure, and that's because there is no ether clock involved at all. So this is a start. Sorry, I always cut right when I just get focused in and then I just build a bit and then I come back. But anyways, this is the first little spot. I just realized that there's been a very annoying sound this entire time. That's because I never actually built this. This is another thing I gotta do. Minecart explosion. And I have completed a bit of the redstone. Now, don't get me wrong, I have absolutely no idea how this one works. Comparators confuses the heck out of me. I know the basic comparator rule where it reads whatever's in a barrel or whatever, but other than that, comparators confuse the heck out of me and how they work and how pulse extenders work. I have the general idea on how it works, but I don't know. So this is straight up copied from Tango, so thank you, Tango. Yeah, but this is the basic idea. Now, there's going to be a hopper over here with snowballs into it, which is reading it. Currently, it's in the off position. This is when it's on, the target will be there. As you see, it starts going around. Now, because it is active, this is the going out line. So this is what's going to go to the heartbeat. Basically, this whole thing is just the heartbeat generator. Yeah, since there is no snowballs, this is technically Max Clank. So this is how fast it can go. So that is the base speed for the Max Clank. Now, if I add snowballs, it slows down. If I add more snowballs, it slows down. Now, like I said, I have absolutely no idea how this works, but it does work. And now for my game, we are doing, for now, it is definitely based to change, 4 stacks of snowballs and 8. And every time we generate Clank, so we'll trip a Clank in there, a Shrieker in there, it will come over here, there will be a torch under here, which then will release a certain amount of snowballs. I have it set to 3 right now, but that is subject to change. When everything is detracted, this is going to deactivate, which will activate a torch, which is going to set off Max Clank and do a bunch of stuff. It's going to go everywhere. So it's going to start an etho clock, a super fast etho clock that'll just spam Hazard. So basically every Hazard door will shut. There is a chance that some doors will stay open, and I like that. It's different. It will also send out a teal line, which will activate every evoker, shut specific doors, activate all water traps, activate just killing machine, basically. Also, I didn't mention when the target gets removed, as you see, the pulse stops going. Next, I have to look at my creative world and sort through this absolute mess of redstone that I am looking at. It is terrible. Okay. All right, so I am back, and I'm thinking this is kind of up and working. I want 2 buttons, please. So this button is Clank Increase, meaning we just tripped a Shrieker and it's coming down this line, and this here is Clank Block. So if we just have a normal Clank Increase, there is no Clank Block in the system right now. It'll just come down this line and go through both of these repeaters, and it'll hit this block. When it hits this block, it will not hit that redstone, and it will come right down here, right into this powered line, which will come directly over to here, which will have the clock system to then be able to release 3 snowballs from the system over there. Now, if we have Clank Block, boop, it pushes out this piston, which then changes the directory. This can no longer go through the block to activate that redstone. Instead, it hits this block, which then goes through it, hits up here, and goes to the system. This, I am missing a jukebox, but it goes through this block, presses this, which then pushes back the item because it is another dropper into a dropper. Now this over here, if you're wondering what this is, at the end of the game, just like with Hazard, we need a way to release all of the items back into the other dropper. Now, since I'm not using a hopper locking system, I need just basically a big bunch of pulses. So at the end of the game, this is going to have a pulse extender on this, and it will just go and basically shoot it all back over. So I think that is fully working when we press. So we just clicked a Shrieker, boop, and it releases it. And it goes back over. So that means Clank Block is fully operational other than the resetting, which we are also going to have to do a bit of a reset over here. So I'm waiting on to do that. All right, next up is building the clock system just like I have over here. And with that, I believe it should be working. So let's go ahead and do a test. Perfect. So that sends out 1. The big main reason is just to slow it down a little bit. And I'm hoping this works. Doubt it's going to be perfect, but I can try. All right. So right now we have full snowballs into the machine right now. Right. So when we push Clank, it should send out hopefully 3 snowballs, but it probably won't. It'll probably send out one snowball. Should send out 1 snowball, actually. That's how I think about it. It sent out 3 snowballs. There's no way I got that perfect on the first try. All right, let's push the button one more time. I lagged a little bit, but it's fine. I am so happy right now. I can't believe that was perfect. It's never perfect. It's never that easy. But yeah, that is basically Clank kind of done. I'm going to continue working a little bit on stuff off camera. So we have to get the sound effects going because I don't know how that's going to work. So yeah, I'm gonna keep working on this, trying to get it all up and ready to go, and then we'll probably do a test run when it's all done, and I'm so excited. All right, a little bit of redstoning later, I've gotten some stuff done. It's been a day or so since I recorded. I've been to urgent care. I've done so many sound testings for the heartbeat, and I'm still not happy with it. But all in all, this part is done, and don't worry about the urgent care thing. It's nothing bad at all. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and turn on the heartbeat, and this is what it's going to sound like. So this right here is the heartbeat system. Basically, it comes over here, and every time this redstone turns off, it spews the item over and over, which then rotates the clock, which is go boop 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 boop. So this is on the lowest setting. Keep in mind, I hate this sound effect. The problem with the freaking sound effect is that for whatever reason, since the audio disc is so short, but basically it cuts out the low end, so like all the bass, and just keeps the high end. So it makes it very hard to make a good freaking heartbeat sound. If we go ahead and start taking out snowballs, as you know, it starts getting faster. We take out some more. And then this is Max Clank. So that is the heartbeat sound effect working, which is awesome. Just wish the heartbeat sounded good. I am working on it. I have also set up end of the game cleaning out system. I don't know what it's called, but that is what I'm calling it, which is this purple line right here. So basically, at the end of the game, we need to empty this dropper, which is all the snowballs, and we need to empty this dropper, which is all the Clank block. And how do we do that? With some amazing skill. So basically, when the game turns on, it'll turn off this torch. When the game turns off, it'll turn on this torch. Well, then we'll send out this repeater, which then will push through this block, which then will give a pulse of 2 ticks, which then will turn off this torch, which then will activate the etho hopper clock. The etho hopper clock has 48 blocks into it, so it will activate once, so it will turn over, which then will turn off this line, which then will turn on this torch, which then will go over here, and for 48 ticks, this will be sending out pushing out the observer to send out signals. So I guess it's best to just show you. I got all the snowballs, and let's say somehow miraculously this player got insane luck and has 32 Clank block at the moment, right? And he just died in the dungeon because he sucks, and now we need to empty the system when the game is off. So I'll manually do it, but basically with the line turns on, which then turns off the torch, the game is on, and now he's up there in the spawn room and presses the button to turn off the game, which then will turn on this torch, turn on this thing, which then will push over the redstone, which then activates this, which then takes out all the items. And you can hear both of the droppers, meaning that they're empty, and then at the end it de-attracts, and that is the cleaning out system. Also down here I added this system, which is basically a precautionary system. So at the moment, because the game is off, it cannot go through and activate anything because this block is de-extended. So it does that for Clank block, so it cannot add Clank block by accident for whatever reason at the end of the game. And it cannot add Clank, which would be bad, really bad. If somehow the system added Clank while the game was off, the person would start with like half Clank gone. That would be really bad. And also hazard block cannot add any. It's basically just a precaution, and treasure also cannot add any because I don't want to waste materials. So that's just a precautionary thing, but when the game turns on, obviously it'll come down here, which then will turn off this torch, which then will shoot up all these pistons, which then will allow it to go through and be able to work. I don't know if Tango actually has this in his system, but I think it's very mandatory to make sure no errors happen in between games, and it's just a safety precaution. That's really it for Clank at the moment. So I'm going to go ahead and set up probably the orange bus line real quick, which is going to be Max Clank. And I'm also going to go ahead and set up a bit of the Max Clank teal line, just so we can get to the fun stuff, which is traps, evokers, and whatnot. All right, so I'll be right back. All right, so a little bit of work later, we gotten some teal stuff done. So let me just go over it, and then we'll get to building a trap. When all the snowballs are gone, this will turn off, which will then power the etho hopper clock. This etho hopper clock has 1 block into it, and this is just to spam hazard. So it just comes over here and goes right into the hazard, and it'll just spam it. So now it still has its accurate chance of closing, which is good. It means it won't be the same every time coming home. And then this goes on down here, which then goes to a torch. So obviously right now it's on, all the snowballs are in, so it's not on right now, but when it turns off, this will turn on, which then will power this entire line, which will lead to traps. It also leads down to here, which we will be working on in a second, but I'll just show you it. We'll take all the snowballs out. This goes ahead and spams, ba-doom, ba-doom, ba-doom. And if we come over here, we have this going on over, and it just slowly fills up. Obviously there's a 64 hazard limit because that's how many blocks are in here, and I don't think we'll ever catch up to that because it's slower than the drop-off speed, so it doesn't really matter. I also added this over here, so basically after the game was done, it was still give off the hazard sound effect. So this is basically just to turn off the hazard line once the game is off, pretty similar to what we have down here to these, where it just cannot go out. So I also finally added in this, which is this is where the minecart comes down. Oh, it's dark. Is this fine? Yeah, okay. This is where the minecart comes down, and it will drop down into here, which will then break the minecart and fall down into here. As you see, I already tested it once, and it works perfectly. Ow. All right. I think it's time to work on a trap. Now, there's one trap that I specifically want to do right now because this is my favorite trap for all of Clank, and that is right here in this staircase. Now, this trap has multiple elements to it to just confirm the kill. So this trap doesn't work really well because normally you come up here to the second floor for a second and you run around and you get what you need and then you come down. But when it's going to get really interesting is when you have to go to level 2 and then you get Max Clank on level 2. You manage to get up here, right? And you think, oh, I'll just run over here. No. When Max Clank happens, this door will close and then this door will open, no matter if the hazard has already been triggered or not. And with the hazard going crazy and shutting every door, there's a high chance this door will also close. You're going to have to come all the way around here. And right here is going to be an evoker looking to summon Vexes. You're right, okay, you know, Vexes aren't that good. You really need to slow down the player to be able to get the Vex kill. And how do you slow a player down other than water? Lava. Also, not to mention, this passageway will be blocked off and no longer accessible. Ravagers cannot get into this area, which means I can go nuts with the lava. So this flooring will completely drop and let out lava. As you see, when I was building, I already planned for this because I knew this trap was going to exist. So this floor is just going to drop and the lava is going to flow out into the middle. And then from this roof, there is going to be lava right in this hole and right into this hole, which then will pour out lava right down here. Actually, there's 2 holes there. So it's going to be this one and this one that will be removed, but which then will pour right on down to here. Now, the reason why this trap is hard is because at the end of it, when the game turns off and Max Clank goes back up and everything turns off, we got to make sure that the lava pouring from the ceiling fully drops down, which is slow because lava is slow, before the floor comes back up. So it's basically just a really long pulse extender. But yeah, I love this trap and it's my favorite trap and I want to build it right now. So I'm going to. So the first step to my mayhem is going to be bringing this line up to there, which will connect to the flooring. Oh, I have already set up the pistons. Mwah. Thank you, past myself, making my life a little bit easier. All right, so a couple of milliseconds later, because I'm so quick, we got the line from down there coming all the way up to here, which is great. So let's go ahead and turn on the line a little bit. Since there's nothing connected to this, it won't really matter. Ooh, that might matter. What is that? That's not connected to anything yet. This is the Clank line, by the way. So when I finally add the Clank tripping systems, which is just a shrieker, it'll come down this line and it will connect right up to here, which then will go down this line, which will connect to Clank adding. So a little bit of redstone placing later, and we got in some work done. So let me explain what is happening. Obviously we don't have this set up at all, which I probably will work on in a second. So this line is going to come up here, which then will split off into 2. This way is going to activate this trap, and this way is going to do 2 things. First thing it's going to do is it's going to activate this sticky piston right here, which then will make it impossible for this trap to turn on. So this door will always be open when Max Clank activates. And then this one over here is going to go into a sticky piston. And right now, if we go ahead and do that, it'll activate the sticky piston and then do what it's supposed to do, which will pull down that block and have a evoker sitting right here, which I'm not going to do right now. But I will definitely have to add all the evokers at some point, just not right now. So that is that entire side set up. All right, so that is set up. Now we just got to go in and set up this bad boy. All right, and a couple more blocks later, we have this bad boy. Oh, got a sweep. Also, fun fact, due to that B-dubs reference, I bought TCG cards. Fun fact, I bought some TCG cards and I got a signed B-dubs card, which was number 2 out of, I forgot, which was number 2 out of 500. I'll put a picture of it right on the screen. And I love B-dubs so much, so I was so happy to get that, which was one of the random ones. It wasn't one of the ones that you can pay to be signed, you know. It was just one of the ones that was in a random pack. I was so excited to get that. Anyways, back to redstoning. I placed all these torches, so now these are all connected to the blocks and ready to be down when they get turned on. All right, so now we got to go ahead and put the repeaters everywhere. Dun, 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 connecting to all these torches. And we go ahead and put repeaters right there and along here. So this will get all the exterior ones. We got to put a repeater right here. Just like that. So all the exterior blocks are gone. Now we just have to worry about the middle ones. And how we're going to do that, we're going to go underneath. So we're going to go ahead and do that, which then will power off the torch. This is turned on. It's very hard to tell. Now up here is going to be the torches that deactivates these torches, which then allows the lava to flow. And just like that, it is done. So first is placing the lava in these areas. Dunt and dunt. All right, now we got to go ahead. Also, I built this torch tower. I don't think I said that, but I did. Whoop. All right. Oh, that was skillful. We'll do that, which then will allow the pistons to extend so they can grab the blocks. And then we'll go ahead and do it again, which then will pull them up and release the lava. Also, I don't have fire spread on, so the leaves will be fine. One of them didn't go. Why are you being stubborn? What is wrong with you? All right, I don't know what was going on with that. I think it was just some glitch, but it is fixed and the lava is going down. Now, the reason why this trap is such a pain in the buttocks, we'll have to break away in here and hope the Ravager is not around. Where is he? Okay, he's over there. So as I was saying, if you look at this, there's a chance I freaking die. Basically, I made it so you cannot jump across. You cannot just jump across and be like, oop, I'm done. See you later. Nope. So you have to take your time, not mess up this first jump. Please don't mess this up. It's going to be embarrassing. I used my wings. I was too scared. Then you have to crawl over here, or you could probably walk across that, but it's still going to take time, which then will allow the Vexes to just ram you from both sides and hopefully get the kill. You could also go back. It is possible to go back as well. Oh, but I suck. I suck. Oh, no. Get out of the lava. Okay. So, yeah. That is that trap done. Oh, God. The Ravager's coming. Oh, my heart sunk there, man. Now we can go ahead and turn it off. So, if we go like this, let's see if the lava de-extends in time. And I'm really hoping. Okay, good. All the lava's going down. The lava's going down. Good. It made it all the way. Because if it didn't, it would just start flowing down the stairs. It happened to me in my creative world. That's why I had to fix this problem. And everything shuts and everything is back to normal. I love that trap so much. I can't wait to see it kill people. That is one of many. We have a lot more water traps. That one's probably my most creative trap on this level, and I'm very excited for level 2, and hopefully I can come up with some crazy traps on level 2. Before I leave and work on a bunch of crap for both Clank and Hazard, I want to go ahead and build one. I keep saying Hazard. See, before I was getting mixed up that Hazard was Clank. Now I'm mixing it up that Clank is Hazard. Before I get a bunch of stuff done with Clank and Max Clank, I want to show you one of the Clank tripping stations, or shriekers areas, thingies. But yeah, we're going to go to build the first one, which is going to be right here, which will cover this little area of the loop. So this is the gold loop, and it will cover this little area. And just like that, we have this little rail system coming right up to here. Now the trap is going to be right here. Now keep in mind, I have not built this in survival yet. In creative, there's this nice little thing called copy and paste with world edit, which I just walked around and go boop, 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 copy and paste, copy and paste. So I'm not sure how I'm going to actually build this yet. I did forget one thing, which is a water bucket. First, we're going to go ahead and do that and add a sensor right in there with water. Next up, we place a dirt here, and then we go ahead and place an observer like so, which is going to be observing this acacia sapling. So basically, anytime this tree tries to grow, it sends an update to the observer, which obviously it can't grow because it's not tall enough here. Now this observer we put into a block, hit this sticky piston, which then will single tick this wool block. Now basically the point of this is to turn on and off the machine. So if we go in and put the Skulk catalyst into the position where it's supposed to be, basically this wool blocks it from being able to reach this Shrieker. Now, if we go ahead and do this, remove the block, then set it off again. By doing that, It then sends off a shrieker, which then will send a signal going down here. Obviously right now it's fine because it's on and it can't actually connect to it. It's basically a randomizing system, so that way every time you go in to play a game, it'll be different. I'm sure it will even update by the time I'm done with this. And right here, we're going to actually have another one. And that, my friend, is fully done. I would recommend putting a nice little lantern so we don't spawn anything by accident. But yeah, that is the entire system done. Right now, obviously, it won't be able to shriek anything because it's off. It has not updated, right? I'm sending signals and it cannot reach it. Now I'm going to wait here a little bit. Also, as you see right now, while I'm waiting for this thing to activate, the Ravager is setting off the signal to the sensor. But since it is a Ravager setting it off, right, you big loaf, since it's a Ravager setting it off, and did it actually just update? It did. Look at that. So it finally updated it, which just pushed the block over. And obviously this one has to update to be able to push it over and then be activated. But since it's a Ravager, as I was saying, since it's a Ravager sensing it, it will actually not activate the Shrieker because it's a hostile mob activating. Same with bats as well. Any mob, basically. It has to be a player that hits the sensor to be able to activate the Shrieker. Since I've gone ahead and shown you the basics and of everything going on, I am just going to cut and just get everything hopefully done for Max Clank and for these systems. There's a lot of them. A lot of them. And I'm not excited to do it. It's going to take days to get done. Oh, I am not to fix this. I will do that in a second. But it'll take days to get done. So I guess I'll see you in a couple days. And I am back after 2 more days, and I've gotten all of the traps for Max Clank and all of the Clank tripping stations up and ready to go. And it is finally starting to look like some spaghetti, and it's beautiful. It brings a tear to my eye looking at this. First of all, you can probably hear in the background, hey little guy, I've added all the evokers to the dungeon as well. There is only 5 evokers on level 1, but I made sure, for example, the lava trap that we built on screen, I tried to make sure that each evoker has an extremely high chance of killing the player because I just slow them down so much. What are you doing? But yeah, every trap is set up and ready to go. I even changed some traps based on recent Tango's suggestions. For example, this one over here, I used to have the evoker right here. So when you come around this corner, the evoker will see you. But Tango recommended that you want the evoker to see you and you run into the evoker. So I changed the evoker to be right here, and he'll see you down this hallway. Since that is done, there is one more thing I want to do before we do a couple of test runs today. And that is add Ambiance into the world. Because playing last time, I realized without the heartbeat, without the ambiance, it just makes me go insane. It is too quiet in the dungeon. So yeah, that is something I am going to have to do. I also want to get one more Ravager for this middle area. I think the middle area is just not threatening enough for what it is. What? Donk. Put it right there. Now we have the hard job of getting this Ravager out. Hey, buddy. Oh, I'm in danger. So let me go ahead and start working on the ambiance. I think you guys have probably seen more than enough redstone for today. We're going to go ahead and just have me cut and finish it up just so we can get to running some decked out, because I know that's what you all want to see. All right, everyone, everything is officially done for this episode, and surprisingly, ambiance thing was not very difficult at all. It took me literally less than an hour to design this and build it. So it is time for me to actually play decked out, which I am so excited to do. I have been holding off not playing anything because first of all, I don't want to waste materials, and second of all, because I want to do it on camera. This time we're going to go on to medium. Oh yeah. So last time we played easy just to show it off a little bit, but let's be real, I'm probably never going to play easy again. This time, it's going to feel a lot more immersive, hopefully. We still won't have the shop, we still won't have... Oh, gotta sleep in the bed. And we still won't have the card processor, but other than that, all of level 1 is done, because technically the shop and card processor is not a part of level 1. Level 1 is fully built and redstoned and ready to be played, which is very exciting, but also very nerve-wracking, because this could just not work at all. All right. I think we should just go. I haven't done this in a while. I'm going to be so rusty. So, the heartbeat is already working. I tried to change up the heartbeat a little bit. It might be a little too loud still. I think it is. As you can hear, we have Ambiance. I love it. All right. So this is medium, so we're going to have to go deep into the dungeon for this one. I got to go get some berries. Where is this Ravager in here? Hazard already going off. That is terrible. What was that? I'm guessing that was the water? I don't see this Ravager. I'm trying to be a little safe because of the clank. Okay, we got the water trap activating, so this is usually not there. I got to remember there is 2 Ravagers in here now. Oh, I almost got hit. That was very bad. Alright, this is looking like I got to go down to the crypt. Okay, I don't like that. We're going to have to go across here. You can't get me. Where's that guy? That guy's right there. This is not looking very good for me. Alright, we're going to have to fall down. Oh. Alright. And I'm tripping shriekers. More hazards going off. I'm getting very unlucky with the hazard right now, which is good at the same time. Damn. So it looks like my compass is right here. The compass knowledge is so important in this game. Ooh, gold. The fact that I just know where to go is really helping me right now. Just gonna go ahead and loot for some treasure and stuff. Where is this guy? There he is. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to go down the sewers. I could loop him, but there's something I want to show you down there. Down here, I had to add these guys. So these are the mobs that I was talking about that needed to be added down here, which are big old hoglins. So his name is Rottweiler. Oh god, oh god, oh god. There should be a second one down here. He's probably over to the left. Yes, he is. Treasure's dropping. Setting off another freaking thing. I still have not put trapdoors on these. I love the ambiance. It does sound like my heartbeat is getting faster. Oh, it definitely is. See, now I could go ahead and take the easy way out. I'm honestly thinking of removing this trapdoor and removing this black and making that a jump boostable route, because I think it's just a little too OP by itself. Alright, come here. My heartbeat is getting a little fast, but I kind of want to hit Max Clank, see if everything works. Oh, oh, oh. He can just run right across that. This is stupid, this is stupid, this is stupid. Oh, yeah, that's really dumb. Okay. Yeah, I know you can't get to me. So I would like to try to go around here, but he's there. Uh-oh. Now we're getting sketch. I also really want to hit Max Clank. Come on. Please don't get sandwiched. Please don't get sandwiched. I'm getting sandwiched. Uh-oh. I got too cocky. Oh my god. Go, 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 go. I really hope this door is open over here. It's not. Alright. I think I've gotten a little too cocky here. I barely made that jump. Is this door open? Yes. Alright, I think I call that a success. We did not end up getting Max Clank, but I just want to make sure everything's resetting. Good. Good. The ambiance is going to keep going for a little bit, so we're good there. That should have been stopping now. That should be pulled back. All right, we're looking good. All right, so that didn't go too bad. If you're good, level 1, it maybe even is a little too easy, but at the same time, if I make it harder, it's going to make it very hard for the beginners. But if I keep it the same, the really good players are just going to run through level 1 like it's nothing. So I'm in a bit of a tight dilemma, so let me know what you think. It's very hard when I'm just testing on myself, so I am going to probably bring in my brother at some point to do some test runs, but I really, really want level 2 mostly done before I do that. But I might need to work on Clank a little bit, but I'm just happy that freaking worked. So for the next run, I really, really want to get to Max Clank. I want to show you guys some things with Max Clank as well, because there is one thing that is different about Max Clank for me. Actually, there's a couple things that are different, but there's one glaring difference. Now, another thing that might actually help me with my difficulty is switching up the zones a little bit, because right now I feel like the zones are just a little too easy. I like this middle zone. I feel like I could definitely maybe switch up the zones a little bit. Yoink. Oh, come on. Dungeon knowledge. No, the glow berries again. Now, I'm just going to keep running around. Oh, this one, huh? Wink. So I'm just going to keep running around, trying to collect treasure, trying not to die. I messed up. I messed up big time. Uh-oh, Mr. Nibbles is here. Okay, I think he's in the left room. If I do this... Please don't shoot me this time. Please don't shoot me this time. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Good boy. This trap is active now. We're close. There it is. So that is the difference. That when you hit Max Clank, it gives a sign that you're at Max Clank. It gives a dong. Because there's been so many times when either me or hermits or whatever while playing are like, am I at Max Clank? I can't tell. So that's just an easy sign that you're at Max Clank. You can hear Hazard going nuts, just shutting everything. And, oh no, it didn't work. Hold on. Break time. I didn't put the redstone back. No! Alright, try number 2. 3. There it is. This is gonna go swimmingly. I should have really saved up berries here. Clank is going nuts, just as I thought. I'm not gonna be able to get this guy around this guy without getting hit. Oh, I did it. Oh, okay. If I can make it out, I'm gonna be very sad. All right. Wait. Oh, dang. Okay, well, it's good to know. I'm gonna try to run to the right. As you can see, by the way, this door should be closed. It is. All right. Yep, I knew he would see me. That one's a little bit deadlier when the water actually works. Oh, he's still caught up to me. Jeez. Okay, okay. Fair enough, fair enough. Now this is where it gets very dangerous, so we're going to take a second. Oh. All right, I think we got lucky there. Oh, the Vexes are so bad. Uh-oh. Well, that's gonna make things hard. Oh. Well, I managed to live. A little upset that I got out that so easily. It wasn't so easy, but it was not very difficult either. As I said before, if you guys have any suggestions, and I'm a little desperate. This whole sesh kind of made me sad. Not really. I'm really happy that all the redstone is working. It's just I don't think it's balanced at all. So if you guys have any suggestions, please let me know. I will very much look at every comment that is added to this But also, other than just suggestions on how to improve my balancing, what do you guys think of everything else? The music disc, the ambiance, just everything that I've done this episode. You know, I love to hear feedback, as I was saying. I'm so glad everything actually seemed to work. It's hard to tell without replay mod if everything was actually working, but it seemed like it was working, and that makes me so happy. I do think heartbeat may be a little loud, but it's probably fine. I just wanted to give a big congratulations to Tango. He just finished up his game for Decked Out, and with Etho being the winner, even though I wanted Cub to win, but it's fine. Just a big congratulations to Tango. I've watched your series for so long, and seeing everybody absolutely love it, and seeing your enjoyment of watching people play your game has inspired me to no bounds to make my own game. Yet again, thank you, Tango, for making an amazing game. I'm excited to see the next upcoming streams. I think they're going to be absolutely chaos. All right. Well, I am going to go reevaluate everything. All right. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.